As you progressed through your missions, what was the most dangerous mission you were on?
The most dangerous mission I was on involved no flak and no enemy aircraft. I was on the first and I think only use of napalm in the ETO. At the briefing that morning, the briefing officers were very scary. They explained that we were going to drop the bombs on submarine pins, and the napalm would burn, which were incidentally very thick concrete. But the napalm would burn with such intensity, it would suck the oxygen out of the air, and all the German troops would be asphyxiated. And I still don't know whether they were hamming it up or not, but they seemed to get great glee out of that. And oh yes, there's one thing that can happen that you have to be alert for, and that is that what I call the cork or plug in the end of these bombs might come out as you get higher. And I thought, okay, so what do you know, on our climb up to our initial point, which was Liège, Belgium, the plug in one of our bombs popped out, and the napalm's goo splattered all over the cockpit area. Andy DiBiase, my engineer, plugged up the hole with a beautiful white silk scarf received from his mother the day before. Now, at this point, I could not change a single switch, electrical switch, because if I did, a spark would blow us up. So here I was with the engine set for climb. I circled and tried to join our group, and they were going, I think, about 155, and I was going 160 to 165. So obviously we had to make the trip by ourselves, which we did. And it sounds so simple, but this is what we did. No navigational aids, electrical in nature. So we flew southwest until we saw the Pyrenees, then flew west until we saw the Atlantic Ocean, and up the French coast, and we dropped our bombs on Royan, France. I had to slow our plane down. I surprised the heck out of some tail gunner as I slid into position, but we dropped successfully. And then it was home to England, and unfortunately, and remember, the engine is racing all this time. We finally, about the time we got to the north of France, were able to open the doors. We'd opened the doors, and we thought all the danger was over. England was clouded over, huge overcast, so we had to fly out over the Wash and make a 180 turn, and we came down, let through the clouds, and there were the white chalk cliffs right in front of me. I was below them. And I had to pull up, of course, which I obviously did successfully, and we flew into the field with shooting red flares. Al Muller, our navigator, did a superb job, brought us right in. We landed straight in, very unusual. And there we were home, and we had 15 minutes of gas left. So that was a little scary.
When you said you went to the initial point, was the assembly of the ships for this raid over France?
Belgium.
Over Belgium.
Right.
And did the whole 8th Air Force go on this raid?
I can't be sure of that, but there were a lot of B-17s as well as B-24s. It was a major effort.